my name is Kaitlyn and I'm doing something different. I've never done this before, so I'm going to try this out.
Okay, so let's go ahead and jump right into this video. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is moisturizing my face using Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing Lotion. After that, I'm going to go ahead and go into priming my face, and that will be with the Nivea Men Sensitive Post Shave Balm. And I just use just a tiny bit of it. Okay, so the next step is using eye primer. I'll be using the Painterly Pot by MAC. After that, I'm going to go ahead and put a color down that matches my skin tone, and I'm going to be using the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Contour Palette, and I'm going to be using the color Laetus. Okay, so the next thing I do is lay down some scratch tape. I put this on the back of my hand first, and then I go ahead and put that right next to my eye. That helps with the wings. When you aren't very confident in drawing on wings, you can always use this method. It really helps me get a very straight edge, a very sharp wing. So I like my edges to be as perfect as they can be, matching, so I keep readjusting them until I feel like they're perfect enough to go out in public and no one will notice. After that, I go ahead and go into my eye makeup. I'm going to go ahead and start with my 217 and go ahead and dip it into Wedge from MAC. So I'm going to use Wedge as my transition color. I'm going to go ahead and put that all in the crease, and then I'm going to go ahead and dip into the Shade and Light Eye Contour Palette by Kat Von D. And I'm going to go ahead and put Samael all in the crease, and I'm going to put it on the outer corner as well. After that, I'm going to take the shade Solas to deepen up the outer corner and the crease. Now I'm going to go ahead and start on my wing. I'm going to use whatever black matte eyeshadow I have. I'm going to use one from the palette I'm using now. And I'm going to go ahead and just make a wing. Now using this tape will be easy because you can be super messy, but once you take off the tape, you'll have a very straight line. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and remove the tape, and now you can see that I have two perfect wings. So now I'm going to go ahead and jump into foundation. I'm going to be using Makeup Forever HD foundation. I'm going to use one squirt of that on the back of my hand. So I'm going to start dotting this on my face with a Sephora foundation brush, and then I'm going to go ahead and start buffing it into my skin until I get the desired foundation coverage, and I'm going to drag it down my neck as well. So after I go over my whole face, if I feel like I have redness or I need more coverage in some areas, I'll go ahead and hit them a second time. I normally do this for my cheeks, and then sometimes I'll do it around my mouth and nose. And then I'll go ahead and drag it down my neck so everything looks very smooth. Next, I'll be using concealer. I'm going to go ahead and use LA Girls Pro Concealer High Definition in the shade Porcelain. And I'm going to go ahead and put that under my eyes and beside my nose, on my chin, and on my cupid's bow. And then I'm going to go ahead and blend this out with my finger. I do not have under eye circles. I just like to highlight, and I think it looks very nice. Once I finish blending out my concealer, I go ahead and set it with powder, and I'm going to be using the Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette, and I'm going to be using the shade Lucid, and I'm going to put that on my Jane Iredale foundation brush, and I'm going to pat that on my under eye. Before I put down the color, I'll go ahead and tap under my under eye, and then I'm going to go ahead and put that color down so everything is blended out and I don't have any creases under my eyes. After I set my under eye, I'm going to go ahead and powder the rest of my face. I'm going to be using my Real Techniques fluffy brush with this, and I'm going to be using my MAC Studio Fix powder in shade NW22, and I'm going to go ahead and put that all over my face, and I'll drag it down my neck as well. I always powder before I do any contour, blush, or highlight. I feel like everything else blends out perfectly. So I'm going to go ahead and start bronzing with my Physicians Formula Bronze Booster in the shade Light to Medium. I'm going to use my e.l.f. complexion brush, and I'm going to put that all over my cheeks, all over my temples, and I'm going to go ahead and drag that down my neck as well so I don't look so white. After I bronze my face, I'm going to contour with the Shade and Light Contour Palette by Kat Von D using the shade Sombre, and I'm going to take that on my Shiny No. 2 powder brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and start carving out my cheekbones, my temples, and I'll also drag it down my neck as well, but I'm not going to do anything harsh. Once I'm done contouring, I'm going to go ahead and go in with blush. Today I'm going to be using Nars, and it's called Orgasm, and I'm going to be using my Eagle Tools blush brush. So I go ahead and place this all over my cheekbones. It's a very pretty blush. It has a little bit of gold sparkle in it. Now I go in with highlight. I'm going to be using Becca Cosmetics in the shade Moonstone, and I'm going to be taking my e.l.f. pointed foundation brush, and I'm just going to take a tiny bit because just a little bit of product goes a long way. So now we're done with our face, so now I'm going to move on to my under eye, and I'm going to be using the same two colors as before from the Kat Von D palette. So once I'm done with the under eye, I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes so we can go ahead and put mascara on. My favorite mascara to use is by e.l.f. and it's the Mineralized Infused Mascara, and I'll put a thin coat all over my lashes. Now I'm going to be filling in my eyebrows. I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the shade Taupe. The first thing I do is brush them out and get the desired shape, and then I'll go ahead and start filling them in. But I'm going to go ahead and skip over this part. This part is pretty boring and everyone does it differently. So I try to get my eyebrows as perfect as they can be, but sometimes it doesn't work out, so I just go ahead and move on. So I'm going to go ahead and use Milani's Brow Shaping Gel, and I'm just going to brush that through my eyebrows. Next, I'm going to go ahead and apply fake eyelashes. I'm going to be using e.l.f.'s Individual Lashes, and I'm just going to put 2 on each eye just to give a little flare at the end of the wing. Okay, so we're almost done. I'm going to do 2 different lip options. The first one's going to be a nude. I'm going to go ahead and line my lips with Ulta's Automatic Lip Liner in the color Bloom. And then I'm going to go ahead and use Kat Von D's Liquid Lipstick in the shade Lovesick. So this is the first color. I really love this color. I wear this color all the time. So now we're going to go into the next color, and it's a little bit darker. The second lip I'm going to be doing is from Kat Von D as well, and it's going to be the shade Bow House. I'm going to put that right over Lovesick. Okay, so this lip is very pretty. I wouldn't wear this every single day, but I would definitely wear it sometime in the holidays. I think it's a very pretty color with my skin tone. Okay, so that is all that I have for you. Thank you so much for watching, and please like my video.